Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Ann Arbor here on WCBN. I'm Aydin Abdollahi. Alongside me is Lexi Gordon. We're bringing you live Big Ten action here at University of Michigan Soccer Stadium. UCLA at Michigan, the Battle of the Blues. It's a rematch of the first round of last season's Big Ten tournament, where Michigan won that game 4-2 in penalties. Michigan coming into this one third in Big Ten. Tied with points with them is UCLA. Lexi, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for the Michigan backline to continuously step up as they have for the past two games. I'm also looking for strong offense. Michigan is playing a 3-4-3, so putting continuous trust in the backline and hopefully getting some early goals in.
Definitely. So last season, these teams played twice. Once in Big Ten play, they drew 3-3 and then met each other again in the Big Ten tournament. That game was 1-1 in regulation, and then Michigan moved on in penalties 4-2. So it'll be a revenge match for the Bruins. In the meantime, the Bruins and the Wolverines shaking hands at midfield. Kickoff should be coming at you in just a minute or so. Wolverines 7-2-3, 3-2-1 in Big Ten on the season. UCLA 3-5-3 overall and 3-2-1. Identical Big Ten records. Wolverines have the higher goal difference. 23 goals for the Wolverines. That's almost 2 goals a game, Lexi. This is a team that can hurt you in a variety of ways. A lot of players up top that can score goals.
Yes, I think that the Wolverines' biggest problem tonight will be Solon Zormo, who is UCLA's only striker for the night. They seem to be wanting to control the ball in the midfield as they're playing a 4-5-1. So if they're able to contain him, they'll hopefully be able to contain this UCLA team.
Definitely, Sergei Solon's Ormo. 4 goals and 2 assists on the season. Scored the opener at Penn State. We'll have to look out for him. But his replacement coming on in the second half of that game, Oliver Roach, he scored as well. So it's not as if he's their only star power up top.
Yeah, I'm also looking for Elmquist to step up big with his coming off of his 2-goal performance against Ohio State. Michigan beating them for the first time since 2020. So hopefully they're able to carry that into this game tonight.
Definitely monumental win for the Wolverines against Ohio State. 2 goals for Grayson Elmquist, doubled his tally. Now he's tied with Quinn Rogers, both with 4 goals on the season. 3 penalties for Quinn Rogers. So maybe not as prolific as Grayson Elmquist at that starting striker position. Rogers is on the bench today. In the meantime, we can take a look at both teams' starting lineups. For the visitors, Shakir Nixon, Trey Wright, Taran Karamanchi, Philip Naif, Sergei Solon's Ormo, Konstantinos Yorgalidis, Sean Sett, Alan Legaspi, Ander Marty Carrera, Schneider Mimi. And for the Wolverines, Matthew Fisher, Nolan Miller, Will Baker, Mitar Mitrovic, Grayson Elmquist, Michael Ramirez, Nicholas Cassidy, Oliver Martin, João Paulo Ramos, and Raimundo Mendez. As we are all set for kickoff here, the Bruins will be on it. This one is sent forward right away, sent out for a Wolverine throw deep in that corner by Karamanchi. Martin will be on the throw for the Wolverines. This one is into Elmquist and flicked back for the Bruins. Shakir Nixon on the ball for the Wolverines for the first time. Now it's Trey Wright, the left back position, under pressure from Elmquist. Down the line for Yorgalidis. Yorgalidis against Ramos. He's past Ramos into the box. Top of the 18, and shot from Sent well over the bar. But early attacking threat from the visitors.
Yeah, the Bruins seem to be dropping only 3 back when they're on the attack, putting a lot of pressure on the Wolverines, sending many players into the box.
Fisher now on the ball for the Wolverines, cutting inside from that left back position. Sends in a ball too hot for Elmquist to bring down. Now the Bruins can pick it up in the back. Trey Wright on the ball in that center back position. Legaspi now Out wide to Nixon. Nixon over the top. Only finding the head of Mitar Mitrovic. Flicking it on was Fisher. Now Mitrovic has it again. Mitrovic getting his jersey tugged and winning the free kick for the Wolverines in their own half. Mitrovic playing this one out wide short to Matthew Fisher. Now it's Will Baker for the Wolverines. His center back partner, Nolan Miller, with him. He goes out wide to Fisher. Ramos picks it up in midfield. Moves it along to his center back, Nolan Miller. Now it's Martin with space on the right-hand side. Martin first touch forward. It's Nicholas Cassidy now on the right wing, cutting inside on his favorite left foot. Cassidy still has it, moves it along to Fisher. Wolverines pushing up high in Bruin territory. Now it's Ramirez on the left wing. Ramirez on his left foot. Goes back to Fisher. Ramirez finds it once again. Sends in a nice ball towards Almquist. It falls out to Oliver Martin. Martin finds Cassidy on the right. Cassidy cutting in on his left foot, taking on the shot, goes to the back post. It's Mitrovic, deflected shot, still in the 18-yard box. Mitrovic finds it again. Now it's cleared by the Wolverines. First decent look at goal for the Wolverines. A little bit crowded in that 18-yard box, and the Bruins are able to clear.
The Bruins are doing a great job at dropping 9 behind the ball when the Wolverines have it. Very crowded in that 18-yard box. Hard for something to happen.
Throw-in on the left-hand side for the Wolverines. Matthew Fisher is on it. 4 assists, by the way, on the season for him. That's a team high. Ball at the left wing now. Crowded around that corner. Able to move it along for Mitrovic. It's still in that left corner, trying to find a way out. Now it's Ramirez on the left touchline. Goes back to Baker. Bruins forcing the Wolverines back a little bit. Wolverines finding space out wide. This long ball over the top is to Cassidy. Cassidy one touch to Martin. Now he finds it again. Cassidy on the left wing, corner of the 18, flicks it across. It's collected by the Bruins. A shot coming in now. It's deflected off the crossbar. Ball cleared. Olmo can't bring it down. Ormo. So Alonzo Ormo. It'll stay with the Wolverines. Dangerous shot there. So close, inches away from the opener.
That's the danger of crowding the box with so many players. One deflection could lead to a costly mistake.
So 2 decent chances for either side in this opening 5 minutes. 41 still left in the half as we take this throw-in on the right. Oliver Martin has it. Sends it to the back post. It's a brilliant ball. It's off the crossbar again. It was Nolan Miller. A flag went up. I think it's a foul, so it wouldn't have counted. But again, off the crossbar twice in quick succession. Miller was rising at the back post. He put his elbow up against the defender. Referee not happy with it. Hawks taking this goal kick short. Almquist is in there pressuring. Ball still in the 18-yard box. It goes back to Kevin Box. Now it's Legaspi finding teammate in midfield. Now it's Trey Wright. Driven ball is nice to give it away to Fisher. Fisher on the left wing. Trying to play it through for Michael Ramirez. It's asking too much of him, and it's out for a Bruin throw.
Wolverines are putting some pressure on the Bruins early. Hopefully they can continue to create chances up in the attacking third.
Nixon throwing it in. Fisher challenging for it and winning that challenge. Now it's Fisher on the left wing. Ramirez is making the run down the same sideline. It's given away, though. Now here come the Bruins. Long ball over the top in the direction of Yorgalides. Finds the goalkeeper Isaiah Golson for his first touch of the day. Now it's the center back Will Baker. Golson finding it again inside his own 18-yard box. He'll go long towards Cassidy. It's a brilliant ball to pick him out, and a nice touch from Cassidy too. Almquist is making the run down the middle. He's tackled, but it finds its way to Oliver Martin now. Martin at the right back position, finding Ramos in midfield. Now it's Baker, half turn on his left foot. Finding Ramirez out wide. Ramirez on his left foot on the left wing against Shakir Nixon. Inside to midfield for Mitrovic. Ramos thought about the shot at the top of the 18. He moves it along for Cassidy, though. Bobbles under his feet. Nice cross from Martin. You saw the idea there. Just get it in that 6-yard box. But Kevin Box able to pick it up. Box dropping this one at his feet to his center back right next to him, Alan Legaspi. Legaspi with time to pick out a teammate. High press from Michigan. It's still in that 18-yard box. Box gives it back to Legaspi. Almquist is up there as well as Raimundo Mendez and Nicholas Cassidy applying that pressure to the Bruin back line. Legaspi finds it again, finally able to find a way out, but that pass is given away in midfield to Ramos. Now it's Will Baker for the Wolverines. Nice backheel flick to find Mitrovic. Diagonal to the left for Ramirez. Ramirez heading this one down, and Nixon able to read that. Flag went up in the end, offside.
Early issue with the Wolverine pressure. They're sending 4 up, but that allows for a Bruin to get in right behind that press, and we've seen so far they've been able to slip a pass through.
Definitely Sean Sent in that midfield position. If that ball was a little bit closer to his feet, the Bruins were away there for a counterattack. Now here's Trey Wright sending this one big, searching for Solon's Ormo. Sent now, giving it away. Dorgalidis on the left wing. He's got Cassidy and Martin on him. He's able to escape and find Trey Wright. Now it's Legaspi. Nixon on the right to the touchline. Cutting inside now. Switching it all the way to the other side for Schneider Mimi. Sent, giving it to Trey Wright. Now it's Caramanchi in midfield. All in Wolverine territory now. Bruins able to push a little bit higher. They're enjoying first decent spell of possession. Philip Naif cutting inside. Now it's towards Solon's Ormo. Can't control it though, but the Bruins are able to win it back until that foul. Grayson Elmquist picking up the free kick for the Wolverines. So another decent spell of possession from the Bruins. They didn't get a shot out of it. Baker on the free kick. He's got Miller, Fisher, Mitrovic for options. Goes back to Goldson. Goldson tries to drill this one to the left wing. It's deflected, and now it's with the Bruins. Tries to play that ball to the left wing. It's deflected by a Wolverine, out for a Bruin throw in Michigan's half. Nixon is on it. Goes quick to Legaspi. Trey Wright is showing for it. Schneider Mimi out wide on the left. Legaspi still has it at his feet. Sean Sent in midfield at the center circle. Now it's with Sent with space. Was looking for Yorgalidis. Only finding Ramos for the Wolverines. Now it's Martin. Trying to go up top for Elmquist. It's cleared away. Now it's Solon's Ormo bringing it down brilliantly, playing it a little bit behind Yorgalidis, but he still has it. Yorgalidis with time and space at the top of the 18, takes on the shot. It's well over the bar, but Yorgalidis had acres of space inside, and if that shot was a little bit cleaner and on target, that could have been trouble for the Wolverine back line.
Most of that play to me started with the Wolverine midfield not picking up Sent.
Position, but they couldn't find him the first time. Talked about the dangers of if he was able to find that ball. That's maybe an indication of what he can do when he was able to find that ball in midfield, and now it's out wide for Oliver Martin. There's space to counter.
Ramirez wide open on the left.
Martin on it at the edge of the 18 on the right side. Ramos at the top of the 18. Moves it to the left for Mitrovic. Now it's Fisher inside for Ramos. Ramos looking for Cassidy. Trying to get him to go to the byline. Maybe a miscommunication. Bruin goal kick.
Wolverines seem to be sending most of their attacking up the right side. So I'm looking for them to hopefully use Fisher's speed up the left and combine with Ramirez in order to send something down the left side.
Definitely. Fisher is such a wicked delivery. So when he can get to the byline, he'll take his man on and send in nice deliveries for the Wolverine forwards. In the meantime, this long ball over the top. Goldson reads it and sends it out for a Bruin throw deep in the Wolverine half.
It's the advantage of Goldson playing such a high line. The Wolverines seem to really trust their defense as well as Golds.
Sent, giving it to Philip Nath. This one's off a Wolverine, and it's out for a Bruin throw on the right-hand side, right next to the corner flag. Shakir Nixon is on it. He'll go back down the sideline for Legaspi. Now it's Trey Wright on his left foot, just inside the center circle for the Bruins. Every single Wolverine in their own half. Mendez applying the pressure to Legaspi now. Legaspi finding Solans Ormo inside. Now it's Mimi. Mimi cutting inside on his right foot. It's given away. Elmquist is there. Yorgalides has it now. Now Mendez is trying to escape pressure. He got 3 players on him. He got his ankles clipped, and he won the free kick for the Wolverines. And Mitrovic, who wanted to go quick with the free kick, Yorgalides was standing right in front of him. Mitrovic trying to maybe get him a yellow card, hit it right at him. Retake the free kick. No booking. Have a discussion with the referee. Now we can play on. Goldson is on the ball. Miller taking this one quick to Fisher. Fisher left foot pass down the sideline to Mendez. Mendez cutting in on his right, clipped away by Karamanchi. Fisher on the throw. The left-hand side, just a couple yards past halfway. Mendez spinning away from pressure. Cassidy has space out wide. Martin making the run. Cassidy taking on the shot, taking a deflection, and that one looped right over the bar, not too far away from the target, and it'll be a first corner of the day for the Wolverines.
The Bruins are so compact on defense. They seem to all be playing on, if you split the field vertically, one half of the field, leaving the Wolverines a ton of space out wide, which is something that they need to continue to capitalize on.
Support from this sold-out crowd here in Ann Arbor. Michael Ramirez walks over to take the free kick, giving a signal to the players in the box. Cassidy is showing short for it. Yorgalides is there to pressure if he goes to Cassidy. Ramirez delivers, headed away at the near post. It falls out to Fisher. He's got some space in front of him. One-touch pass out wide to Martin. Fisher finds it again just outside the center circle. Now it's out wide to the right for Cassidy. Ramos now looking for the switch. He goes long to Will Baker at the left wing. Unfamiliar territory for him. He's still up there. Now he finds it again, Will Baker. Martin making the overlapping run. He'll go back to Matthew Fisher. Now it's Cassidy.
Both Baker and Miller are still up top, hopefully to use their height when crossing in balls.
Definitely looking to send in the ball into the box if they can find one of their big men in there. Miller is such a threat aerially for the Wolverines, but foul committed. Bruin free kick for the time being. Trey Wright is on it. Trey Wright on the free kick. This one is about 10 yards from the left corner of their own 18-yard box. He'll step off it now, and Kevin Box, the goalkeeper, will step on it. He'll send it down the left wing. Miller will head this one. Elmquist bringing it down with his right thigh. Cassidy trying to find him in stride. Elmquist down the right wing. That ball rolls out of reach for him, and it's a throw-in for the Bruins. Throw in deep in their own territory. Ramos getting ahead on it. Lofted up in the air. Cassidy on his left foot. Players around him. He's able to get rid of it all the way to the other side for Fisher. Now this one will go back to Isaiah Goldson in net. Goldson, a couple yards outside his own 18, right in the center, sends a diagonal ball looking for Ramirez. Nixon finds it. Back with the Wolverines now. It's Mitar Mitrovic. Toe pokes it out to Fisher. Fisher finding Ramirez out wide. He had to track back a little bit for it. It was behind him, but Wolverines keep it. Now it's Mitrovic sending this one back to Baker, looking for it again. Mitrovic will get it now at the center circle. Under pressure. Will have to send it back to Goldson. Golson surveying, Mitrovic showing for it, Mitrovic getting it, under pressure from Sent. Now the Bruins applying that high pressure. They'll have to go long now, but Cassidy has space on the right. Mimi pressuring him. Now it's Ramos, nice back heel back to Cassidy. It's with Miller at center back and all the way back to Golson again. Golson tries to clear this one. It's butchered, but deflected back to the Wolverines. And now Fisher with pace to burn. It's Matthew Fisher around the 18-yard box. Still has it, cutting inside. Top of the 18 for Martin. Martin to Mendez. Now it's Mitrovic for the Wolverines. Finds Cassidy out wide. Cassidy on his left foot. In midfield for Ramos. Ramos with pressure on him. Goes to Elmquist. Elmquist back to goal. Out wide corner the 18 for Cassidy. Cassidy on his left foot. He's got two players on him. Outside of the football to Ramos. Ramos looking for Martin by the byline. Can't find him. It's cleared away. Back to the Wolverines, but Solons Ormo winning that free kick. Late challenge from Miller gifts the Bruins the free kick.
With so many players in the midfield, Fisher's going to be one of the ways that the Wolverines are able to find anything through the midfield. With his pace, I think that they need to continue to go wide in order to beat the crowded midfield of the Bruins.
Nixon, long ball over the top. Not going to find anyone in Bruin blue. Golson will collect it with his feet. Walks this one forward. Now it's Matthew Fisher. Cutting inside and getting fouled. Such a dynamic player, Matthew Fisher. Really good defender, but when he gets up the field, he can cause problems for any back line in this league, in the country, for that matter. Oliver Martin at the right back position, sending it to Mendez. Out wide for Cassidy. It's Nicholas Cassidy, still has it. Well defended by Mimi. Now a chance to counter for the Bruins. Out wide for Yorgalides. Poor ball out for a throw in for the Wolverines. Martin on the throw. He'll hand it off to Cassidy. Cassidy go back to Miller. Miller under pressure from Solons Ormo. One touch pass, forcing Baker to chase this one. Will Baker on his left foot, looking long, trying to find Ramirez. Ramirez leaps up. Nixon wins the header. Now it's Raimundo Mendez, clever back heel, looking for Mitrovic, and it's given away. Box now at the penalty spot in his own area. Legaspi with time to pick out a teammate.
Sant is still wide open in that midfield. No one picking him up.
Yeah, acres of space in front of him if he can find it. But Wolverines doing well to contain this back line. Just going side to side, not progressing the ball at the moment. Legaspi still has it, and he'll have to go long for Yorgalides. So that Wolverine high press, not allowing anything for the Bruins. They are forced to go long, and that's what the Wolverines want. Fisher finding Elmquist at midfield. Elmquist dropping deep to pick it up. Loose touch from Mendez. Now it's sent for the Bruins, given away to Mitrovic. Fisher sending it back to Isaiah Golson. Martin wide open on the right-hand side. He finds it from his goalkeeper. Driving forward now. He's past Yorgalides. Martin with space. Still has it. Was fouled by Karamanchi. Just held him up. Was airborne for a few seconds. And it'll be a free kick and a dangerous crossing opportunity for the Wolverines. Dangerous opportunity. Karamanchi stopping Martin. Maybe lucky to not get put in the book for the challenge. Stopping that dangerous attack. 24 minutes left in the half. 3 shots for the Wolverines, 2 shots for UCLA. Wolverines looking maybe more threatening than the Bruins in this first phase of play in this first half. We'll get another opportunity to threaten Kevin Box's net. Ramirez and Mitrovic are over the ball. The right-footed Mitrovic and the left-footed Ramirez. Ramirez gives a signal to the men in the 18. Baker and Miller are in there. Here comes the cross. Headed away to the top of the 18. Now it's Oliver Martin lofting this one to the back post. It's Nolan Miller who's still in there. Now it's the other center back, Will Baker. Baker at the left wing position now. Baker, first time cross inside, all the way back to Ramirez, who takes on this shot. It's deflected to the back post and into the back of the net. 1-0 Michigan.
What a goal. Oh my goodness. Slotted right into the left corner, bottom left corner.
It's his second consecutive game with a goal. Michael Ramirez, who got a goal and an assist at Ohio State, etches his name onto the score sheet, took a slight deflection off Schneider Mimi, held it to the back post, but a clinical finish from the sophomore.
The two Wolverine center backs proved to be very, very dangerous when sent up into the box.
Definitely a presence in there, and Miller, who was still in the box, got a head on it. Will Baker sent in a left-footed cross from the left wing position. That found its way to Nicholas Cassidy, who found Ramirez for the goal. Bruins kicking off. Mimi on the ball, sending it back to Trey Wright. Now it's Legaspi at center back. Out wide to Nixon. Nixon first touch inside. Now it's sent in midfield with space. Sending it long for Ormo. Solans Ormo on the ball, cutting inside, losing it. And it's still with the Bruins, though. Top of the box for sent. Now it's Mimi at the corner of the 18. Mimi sending in the left foot cross on the back post, and it's headed away by Mitrovic. Cassidy able to clear it. Legaspi finding Shakir Nixon. Nixon going back to Legaspi. Trey Wright showing for it and finding it. Back to Legaspi at center back. Now it's Karamanchi. Nixon out wide. Ramirez pressuring him. Flips ball down the sideline. Now it's Fisher who intercepts. Fisher trying to spring the counterattack for Cassidy. A little bit too long for him. Mimi able to clean up for the Bruins. Now it's Trey Wright. Karamanchi in midfield. Picking it up from his center back. Finding Nixon out wide. Ramirez pressuring once again. Will force him back to Karamanchi, who's deep in his own half. Now he can bring this one forward. Elmquist applying the pressure. Cassidy on the right wing, who's applying pressure on Trey Wright, who has the ball. This one went into Yorgalides, and flipping his ankles was Joe Paulo Ramos, so it'll be a free kick for the Bruins. Right to Legaspi. Karamanchi inside the center circle, pressing the ball. Nixon out wide finds it. Now Solans Ormo on top of the 18. Mimi's out wide. He can send in a cross. Left-footed ball into the back post. Headed. And what a brilliant save by Isaiah Goldson. That looked homebound. Isaiah said no way. Tipped it over the bar. Corner Bruins. Mimi sent in a cross with his left foot. It was tough to see who got a head on it. It was a bullet header to the back post. Isaiah Goldson got a strong left hand to it.
That's a matchup we'll need to continue to watch all night, Mimi and Cassidy. Both teams seem to love targeting them down the right sideline.
Here comes a corner. It's a right-footed outswinger to the penalty area. Wright gets a head on it. Nixon is challenging for it. Cassidy able to body him off, but it'll stay with the Bruins on the throw. Karamanchi now finding Legaspi at the center circle. To his right is Sean Sent, who finds Naif out wide on the right. Naif with the right-footed cross deflected by Mitrovic into the 18, now cleared away by the left foot of Will Baker. Still with the Bruins, though. On the right-hand side, Fisher is applying the pressure. He'll win it and smartly playing it off of Philip Naif for A Wolverine goal kick.
Conceding a goal seemed to have really revived the Bruins. They're putting a lot of pressure on the Wolverines, have an overwhelming amount of percentage after conceding.
Definitely, that one goal might prove not to be enough, at least for the first half for this Wolverines side. Here's a chance, though. Mendez finding Ramirez out wide. Ramirez cutting inside on his right foot now, top of the box for Ramos. Now it's Cassidy. Nicholas Cassidy cutting inside. It's Nicholas Cassidy just wide of the left post. You see the danger and the threat from the right winger, Nicholas Cassidy, cutting onto his left foot. You know where he's going to go, but whether or not you can stop it is a different story. Goal kick played short through the goalkeeper, Kevin Box. Box finding Legaspi now at the corner of his 6-yard box. Legaspi can walk this one forward. Almquist pressuring the ball. Back to Box now. Now Legaspi can take it forward. Nixon showing out wide. Nixon will get it on the touchline. Ramirez applying the pressure for the Wolverines, and it'll have to go back to Legaspi inside their own 18-yard box now. It's Kevin Box, the goalkeeper, picks up the ball. And you see that Wolverine press, maybe not ferocious or aggressive, but not allowing these Bruins to play in between the lines and not do anything besides play a long ball forward. As you see, that's what the Wolverines want them to do. And still in the back line, here's Kevin Box, the goalkeeper, at the top of his own 18-yard box. This Wolverine attack so organized in the press.
There's a very big gap, though, between the press and 6 drop back for the Wolverines deep.
Solans Ormo was clipped in midfield. Will Baker committed the foul. Ball was zipped to him, and he got his body in front of the ball and got to it first. Baker will go into the book for it. First yellow card of the day. So 18 and a half left in this first half. Wolverines up 1-0. Michael Ramirez with his second goal in 2 games.
The shot differential is only 5-3, even though it feels like the Wolverines have had so many more opportunities on goal.
Definitely a similar number of shots, but the quality of shots that the Wolverines have been able to find has been superior. Nate finding it on the right wing. It's into the 18-yard box now and deflected by Mitrovic. Out for a Bruin corner on the right. Yorgalides walks over to take it. Be another outswinger with his right foot.
10 back defending for the Wolverines as the Bruins load the box.
Here comes a delivery from Yorgalides. Right-footed ball around the 18-yard box. Mendez heading it up. Still in the box. Hint of offside. The flag will stay down. It's Nath. Finding a teammate out wide. Clipped into the box. Headed away by Mitrovic. And picking up the foul. Well defended by Mitar Mitrovic. Wolverine free kick in their own area. By the way, that puts Michael Ramirez up to 4 goals. Wolverines now have 3 players tied for top goal scorer. Talked about Quinn Rogers and Grayson Elmquist. Ramirez is up with them now. On the free kick. On his own penalty spot. Clears this one to the left into the crowd. Nixon on the throw. 16 and a half left. Wolverines still with the lead. Michael Ramirez with the goal. His 4th goal of the season.
Surprising decision by the Bruins to take out Yorgalides after the amount of success he's been having combining with Solans Ormo.
Miller intercepting that ball. Martin now at right back. Mendez picks it up in midfield, spinning away from pressure, sending it back to Nolan Miller. Miller with space now. He's got Martin out wide to the right. He'll go back wide to Matthew Fisher. Fisher left foot pass down the sideline. Cruyff turned from Raymundo Mendez. He's still on the left. Send it back to Fisher. Now it's Baker at center back. To the goalkeeper, Goldson. Goldson finding Martin out wide. Martin, one-touch pass. Nice backheel 1-2 with Ramos. Martin not able to control it. Now it's Karamanchi on the left wing for the Bruins. Mitrovic in there, well defended, wins it and sends it back to Isaiah Goldson. Goldson one-touch pass out to Cassidy. Now it's Ramos. Mimi on him. He's able to almost find Mendez and will stay with the Wolverines on the ricochet, though. Mitrovic asking for the foul, and referee obliges. Free kick Wolverines. Miller on the free kick. Back to his goalkeeper, Goldson. Looking for it again. He won't get it. Goldson will go long, looking for Cassidy. Mimi is up there, too, and Mimi wins the header. Oliver Martin at right back, dribbling backwards. Passes it back to Isaiah Goldson. One-touch clearance from him. Elmquist chests it down and finds Ramos in midfield. Ramos beating Sense. Cuts back now. Martin showing for it. Now it's Cassidy with Mimi on him on the touchline. Cassidy on his left foot will have to find Martin in support. Martin on the right-hand side just by the halfway line. Now it's Will Baker just behind that center circle on his left foot. Nice pass, incisive to Mendez. Mendez lost it and commits the foul. Karamanchi winning that one. Trey Wright at left center back. To the left sideline for Mimi. Gaspy now. All the way across to the other side of the pitch. Giving away to Fisher. Now it's Mendez trying to get on the end of it, losing it in midfield, but now it's Cassidy at the center circle. He can bring this one forward for the Wolverines. He looks for support. He's got Martin on the right-hand side if he can find him. He does. Martin sending in the one-touch cross. Ball in the 18. It's still in there. Elmquist finding it. Elmquist trying to escape from pressure, and Sean Sent wins it for the Bruins. Now they can come forward on the counterattack. Here they come. It's a 3 against 3. Solans Ormo now for the Bruins, cutting inside. He's got 3 players on him. Now it's Sent. Karamanchi above the center circle. Nixon now against Ramirez. Nixon took it to the byline, and Fisher cleared it away for a corner. Corner for the Wolverines, and a new addition, Artem Vovk, in for the Bruins, taking this corner. This one will be an in-swinger. Norgalitas usually taking the corners. He's off the pitch now. This one comes into the near post, and it's almost straight in. It went over Goldson and out for a goal kick. Thought for a second that might have been an Olympico, but
Olsen was playing very high up towards the corner.
Nervy moment for the Wolverines. Fisher finding this one out wide. Mendez with the body feint. Still Mendez, good strength from him, but the tackle comes in, an illegal one, says the referee. Looks like he might have got a piece of the ball, Karamanchi. The referee not agreeing. Just over 11 and a half left in the half. You see Mendez and Karamanchi were battling for it. Didn't see much. Maybe a little bit of afters after he poked the ball away. Too much contact. The referee didn't like it. Gave the free kick.
Cassidy and Ramirez seem to be playing almost on the touchline. So the Wolverines seem to be looking to take advantage of those pockets of space out wide.
Mitrovic on the free kick. It's about 20 yards from the from halfway. This one's lofted to the back post, headed to top of the 18 for Ramirez. Ramirez setting in the cross. It's deflected away, finds its way to Mitrovic at the corner of the 18. Now it's Mendez. Mitrovic making the overlapping run. Mitrovic finding it on his left foot now, making his way past the defender, taking on the shot, and not sure if it was saved or if it hit the corner of the post, but it's in the hands of Kevin Box now. Mimi on the left. Marty Carrena couldn't haul it in for the Bruins, and it'll deflect off of him for a Michigan throw just at halfway on the right. Now we'll get some substitutions. See Patrick O'Toole, Herrera, Dylan Davis is heading in there. Mendez coming off as well as Elmquist. Patrick O'Toole taking the throw, new into the game. Looks like Kyle Pearson in there as well. Herrera getting his first touch, sending it back to his center back, Will Baker. Herrera finding it in midfield. It's zipped to him. He's able to bring it down, though. Herrera still on it, trying to escape from pressure. Aramanchi winning the battle. Sent back to the goalkeeper box. 9.5 left. Nixon sending it back to his center back, Legaspi. Right. Back to Legaspi. Ball in midfield for Solons Ormo. Ormo dropping back to play one-touch pass. Now it's Mimi on the touchline. Legaspi. Nixon. Wide, looking for the 1-2. Stay in midfield, Karamanchi. Moving it to Nixon. Now it's Trey Wright. At halfway, has to check back. Dylan Davis applying the pressure. Wolverines sitting back a little bit, allowing that Bruin pressure. Trey Wright. Back to Legaspi. At center fields. Solons Ormo, nice flick to get Sent involved. Now it's Mimi on the left. He's up against O'Toole, who's new into the game. Mimi getting past him, cutting back, sending in the cross. Hit the thigh of Nolan Miller. Now it's Sent. Nixon sending it into the box. Winning the header was Nolan Miller. Now it's Ramirez, who can clear it away for the Wolverines.
Miller pushing the back line to press higher in hopes of pushing the Bruins offense offsides.
Davis applying the pressure for the Wolverines. O'Toole is up there too from the right back position. Mimi has to send it back for Trey Wright, and it's given away to Nolan Miller. Ramos picking it up on the right touchline, flipping it to Davis. Davis into the area now. Went a little bit too early. He's offside. Saw the idea from Ramos, clipping it down the sideline for Dylan Davis. Davis unable to hold his run. Free kick taken quickly by the Bruins. Just under 7 left. Marty Corena losing that ball in midfield. Now it's Fisher who can burst forward. Fisher with green grass ahead of him. Nixon delaying him for the time being, but still has it. Now he's lost it in the 18-yard box. Cleared away by the Bruins, and now Solons Ormo can pick this up. Mimi is making the run on the left. Now it's Schneider Mimi for the Bruins, left it behind him, and Miller is there to come forward with it. Ramos with space in midfield. Finds Pearson. Kyle Pearson taking it forward for the Wolverines. Dylan Davis on the right. Davis against Mimi at the corner of the 18. Davis takes it to the byline. Chips in the ball to the back post. And he's downwards. And it's in.
That's 2 on the game for him.
Michael Ramirez doubles his tally, doubles Michigan's tally. It's 2-0 Wolverines, 6 minutes left in the half.
That puts him at the Wolverines' top scorer on the season. What an incredible past 2 games for Ramirez.
Ramirez, who's not a usual starter on that left wing. It's usually Shuma Sasaki, who's been out for the last 2 games, hasn't played against Ohio State or UCLA. But they've got star power off the bench, and Sasaki, who had 3 goals, was above Ramirez in the goal tally. Ramirez overtakes him now. Big mountain to climb for the Bruins.
That was exactly what the Wolverines needed. Only 6 minutes left in the half, but that'll hopefully hold the Bruins over for the time being.
Nixon to Karamanchi. Trey Wright now to his center back partner, Legaspi. Out wide for Nixon. Nixon cutting back inside. Legaspi in the middle of the center circle. Looking long. Shipping this one for Karamanchi. Headed away by Mitrovic. Nixon will collect this one on the sideline rather. Legaspi at center back. Wright showing for it. Into Salons Ormo. Poked away. Now it's Pearson. Slide tackle from Legaspi. Ball in the air now. And Herrera committed the foul.
What an incredible first half so far for the Wolverines. Exactly what they needed, doing what they do best, putting pressure on offensively and playing great defense.
Zach Martins replacing Mitar Mitrovic in that defensive midfield spot. Quinn Rogers as well coming into the midfield, so we see that double pivot with Rogers and Martins now.
Wolverines taking their time on this throw, exactly what they need to do. Slow the game down, hold the Bruins over for the last 4 minutes.
Fisher taking the throw. Martins rather clearing this one to Herrera. Herrera trying to body his defender and wins the free kick. Karamanchi with the foul, and that's a yellow card for him. Rogers on the ball. Referee giving the go-ahead. Fisher on the free kick, looking short. Finding Will Baker. Baker shifting it away from Salons Ormo. Now you'll find Matthew Fisher. Fisher on his left foot, finding Ramirez on the sideline. Has to check back for it, and his touch takes it out for a Bruin throw. Trey Wright at center back. Mimi showing out wide for it. He won't get it. He'll have to go back to Alan Legaspi. Marty Perena in midfield trying to find it. This one will go to Salons Ormo. Brilliant ball around the corner. Saw the idea from Salons Ormo looking for the run of Aguilar. Olsen has it in his hands now. O'Toole right back. Martins getting his collar tugs, wins the free kick.
Ramirez wide open on that left side, calling for the ball.
Miller has the boot to pick him out. Go to the right, though, for Dylan Davis. Davis trying to body Schneider Mimi. Flag went up for offside. Dylan Davis, the substitute, getting the assist on that second goal for Michael Ramirez. Good showing from him as the Bruins will progress this ball. Here's Volk cutting inside. Fisher forcing him back and winning it. Chance for the Wolverines to spark a counterattack. Dylan Davis finds it on the right. Pearson making the run down the sideline. Pearson at the edge of the 18 sends in the cross. It's blocked by Karamanchi, and now Mimi can take it forward. Mimi over the top. Miller clearing. Bruin throw. Just under 2 minutes left in the half. 2-0 Michigan, 2 goals from Michael Ramirez. That puts him as the Wolverines' top goal scorer. Here's Legaspi finding right. Back to Legaspi, and Karamanchi showing in midfield, is finding it under pressure from Pearson. We'll find Marty Carrena in between the lines. Mimi sending it back to Marty Carrena. Marty Carrena at the halfway mark. Legaspi at the center circle finds Nixon. Nixon has Volk out wide. Fisher applying the pressure as well as Michael Ramirez.
Wolverines sitting deep for this last minute of play.
Davis heading this one forward. It's Alonzo Ormo who's dropping deep from that striker position, keeping it for the Bruins. Karamanchi now finding right. Now it's Mimi. O'Toole on him. Nice spin away from pressure. No foul there now. They'll get the whistle. Francis Bonzu winning the free kick for the Bruins. 18 seconds left. Aguilar on the free kick, sending the right-footed cross. They're queuing up in the box. Last chance of the half for the Wolverines. It's sent to the near post. Now it'll be cleared away. That'll do it for the first half. A dominant performance by the home side. It's been Michigan all over. 2 goals for them, 2 goals for Michael Ramirez. Lexi, what do you want to see more from the Bruins?
From the Bruins, I think that they need to continue to exploit that Solon's Ormo and Yorgalitas connection up top. When they did have success, when they did get shots, they were able to have quick 1-2 passing between the two. That's something they need to continue to do. I think also they need to continue to play the ball down the right side or left sideline, to Mimi, as that is also how they've been getting a lot of their chances when they have been able to take shots on goal.
Such a good first half for the home side. What's gone so right for Shaka Daly's side?
I think that the Wolverines have done what they do best. They have been using a lot of their speed. I think they've really figured out that the key to success in this game is using the width of the field and playing the ball out wide. As I talked about Mimi on the attack for the Bruins, Cassidy has been just as important on the attack for the Wolverines. And if they continue to exploit that if they continue to exploit that matchup between Mimi and Cassidy, I think that the Wolverines will continue to get many more chances on goal.
Definitely. So we thank you for joining us here on WCBN, here in Ann Arbor at University of Michigan Soccer Stadium. I'm Aydin Abdollahi. Alongside me was Lexi Gordon, giving you first half action. Evan Anderson and Milo Meade will be taking over for the second half. Stay tuned. We'll be back with you in about 15. Welcome back to the Michigan Soccer Stadium. We are about 3 minutes away from the end of halftime. Go back in the second half. Michigan is leading 2-0 against UCLA here. Michigan has 2 goals off of 7 shots. Both goals coming from Michael Ramirez. He's been having a great game. UCLA's only had 3 shots. Hasn't had a ton of pressure on Michigan's goal.
No, we have not seen a lot of offensive pressure coming up toward the Michigan goal, which is uncharacteristic of this UCLA team. I'd expect to see more crosses in the box and plenty of shots on. But so far, we have only seen 3 shots from this UCLA team.
Yeah, I mean, Michigan's back line has played exceptionally well. I mean, you've got 3 veterans back there on the back line with Will Baker, Noah Miller, Matthew Fisher. They've just been holding it down back there. And also, let's not forget to mention 2 great saves by Isaiah Golden between the posts.
Insane saves we've seen. I saw one top bins. It could have hit the crossbar and the post.
Yep,
and
it was
perfect save.
Got it beautiful. He got a full hand on it. It wasn't even tipped. He got an entire palm on that ball.
What an athletic save. I love seeing that from goalkeepers.
Yeah.
Beautiful defense across the board from Michigan. I love what I'm seeing from Nolan Miller and Matthew Fisher on that left side. They've been just locking down these UCLA wingers, stopping them from getting any type of crosses in the box and keeping them only to 3 shots so far.
Yep. Yeah, we got the players getting right back on the field. 1:30 until the second half starts. Yeah, I like what you were saying. It's uncharacteristic for UCLA. You know, so far this season they've tallied a lot of shots every game. They just have not gotten a lot of opportunities so far this game. Whereas very characteristic of Michigan, we've seen all throughout the season that Michigan
huge pressure
right from the first whistle. They apply tons of pressure to their opponent's defense and get a ton of shots off every single game. So that's just they've been kind of keeping that trend going this game so far.
Yeah, Michael Ramirez was quick for the goal and a semi-early goal for Michigan here, and then he was found on the back post for an easy header for his second goal. He's been having a great game so far. And, yeah, I'm excited to see this going. It's the vibes, the atmosphere is amazing. We got backyard and soccer night here in Ann Arbor. It's a sold-out game. The stands are packed. The crowd was absolutely electric on both goals.
Yes, it was.
Beautiful sunset, and How about this? I can't even contain my excitement because this is our first broadcast together,
I know,
partner.
love it.
Absolutely
Been looking
excited.
forward to this.
Oh, yeah. As UCLA take the field in their 4-5-1 formation. Say Michigan huddling up.
Making sure I'm taking care of all the subs that are back in the game now. Because for those of you who don't know, who maybe watch a lot of like FIFA soccer, NCAA has different rules when it comes to substitutions. You're allowed unlimited substitutions in NCAA soccer.
Yes.
They do that, obviously it's a shorter season. You got to get a lot more playing time in, so it's a way of getting a lot different players playing.
Yep.
So yeah.
All right, well, here comes the kickoff.
Here we're about to start. They're waiting for the whistle. There's Mendez with the ball, waiting for the ref's whistle to start this game, the second half. Pardon. This crowd is amped up. Got a sold-out crowd here. Blowing whistle. Here we go. The ball's kicked back there to Noah Miller. Noah Miller out to the right wing. It's passed down the right wing up to Grayson Elmquist. It heads it into the air with Nicholas Cassidy. Nicholas Cassidy passes back to, Nicholas Cassidy still has the ball there on the right wing. Passes it back to, that's Quinn Rogers out there, pardon.
Back to the goalie.
Yeah, Golson with the ball back there. Now just passed out up the field. Oh, intercepted there by Sharumanchi. Apologies there.
Hey, Karamanchi with a great stop right there. Kick the ball out of bounds. Here's Michigan with the throw.
Michigan's thrown in by Matthew Fisher. Fisher is deflected there by UCLA. Pressured by Grayson Elmquist. Kicked out of bounds. It'll be another throw-in for the Michigan Wolverines. Can't quite see the sideline here where we are in the booth.
Alan Legaspi with the clear there for UCLA.
It's going to be a throw, and I think this is going to be Grayson Elmquist that's taking that. No, it looks like it's going to be Matthew Fisher taking that throw in, looking for options. He's going to pass it into the middle there. That's Grayson Elmquist. Deflected there. Mendez with the ball. Mendez dribbling, defended by two UCLA players. Ball gets back out to, that's Matthew Fisher. Matthew Fisher passes it to Mitar Mitrovic. Out there to Miller. Miller passes down to the right wing to Oliver Martin. Martin with the ball. Passes it to Nicholas Cassidy. Cassidy passes across the field there to Matthew Fisher. Fisher switches the field to Ramirez. Scored 2 goals already this game. Ball's deflected out of bounds.
It'll be a throw-in for Michigan. Very close to a corner there. Michigan doing very well, switching the field.
Yeah.
Really trying to get the ball down these wings, trying to cross it back into the box and get the 3rd goal tonight.
Matthew Fisher's going to be taking this throw in. He's looking for more options. Passes it into right outside the 18-yard box. Ramirez crosses it, but it's going to be out of bounds. Yes, just barely out of bounds. Actually.
Just sails over the goal.
Started curving in a little bit there. It's going to be a goal kick for the UCLA Bruins.
Here's Kevin Box.
I think it's actually going to be Legaspi taking it, and then passes right back to Box. Back to Legaspi in the back line. Legaspi started to take it up the field, up the middle of the field. Pressured there a little bit by Ramirez. Passes back to Box.
Michigan backing off on their pressure now.
Back to Legaspi. Karamanchi has the ball now, then back to Legaspi. Passes into the middle of the field there. That was to Aguilar. Aguilar passes up the middle. Now you got Aguilar again with the ball. Defended there nicely by Ramirez. Ramirez passes it up the field to Grayson Elmquist. Elmquist pressuring the box, and it's going to be deflected away back to Box in the 18-yard box. He passes it out there to Shakir Nixon for the UCLA Bruins. Fouled there by Ramirez in the back. He was able to get a pass off, but referee gave them the foul there.
Elmquist with the opportunity for a run there, but unfortunately just takes just too much of a touch.
Yeah.
Falls into the keeper's legs.
It was a nice through ball. The idea was there.
Good ball.
Karamanchi with the ball now taken up the right wing. Passes it back to Legaspi. Legaspi now back to Karamanchi near the center line. He's starting to dribble up the right wing. Pass there by Fisher. Great defense there. Elmquist with the ball in the center of the field. The 2-on-2 now. Elmquist and Nicholas Cassidy pressuring.
Pass it out to Cassidy in the 18-yard box. Takes a dribble. Looking for a shot. Deflected there by Mimi and then cleared by Nixon. It's a great pressure right there by the Michigan Wolverines.
Yeah, I love seeing that. Great ball and a great run. And Elmquist was really looking for options there. He really looked relaxed, looking for the right pass.
There was more great Michigan pressure. You got a 2-on-2 there with Cassidy and Elmquist sprinting full speed there down the field. You're going to switch guys throwing off the ball. It's Nicholas Cassidy throwing the ball off into there to Grayson Elmquist. Back to Cassidy there on the right wing. Passes it backwards there to, looks like that's Rogers. Rogers gets fouled there by Mimi.
It looks like there may be a book in here. The reference will be no card, but there will be a free kick for Michigan.
Now Michigan has had a couple set pieces so far this game from free kicks. Hasn't been a type of score, but they did. One of their goals, I believe, came off of a couple passes after a corner kick. It wasn't, They didn't score off the corner kick, but it was a couple passes removed from the corner kick. So they've been setting up some good set pieces so far this game, putting a lot of pressure on. They've been putting some pretty nice crosses into the 18-yard box.
Yes,
they're doing a little bit of deception. Sorry, you go.
No, my bad.
Little deception there, not showing quite who's going to be taking this. Looks like it might be Mitar Mitrovic.
Maybe lined up for a shot here.
Yeah.
To get a tap.
Crossed into the 18-yard box, headed, deflected there by UCLA, defended well. Mendez with the ball on the edge of the 18-yard box. He's going to look to pass. He's going to pressure, almost shakes the defender there, but great defense there by Sean Sent. Still with the ball with Mendez, passes it out to Mitar Mitrovic, who then passes to Quinn Rogers. Quinn Rogers out to Oliver Martin. There's a nice fake there to get it to Nicholas Cassidy on the right wing.
Great dummy there.
Yeah. Nicholas Cassidy dribbling, takes one defender, still in the 18-yard box, takes a shot, but it gets deflected. Elmquist with the pressure there, but Box is able to recover the ball for the UCLA Bruins.
And Kevin Box there, nearly leaving the box with the ball.
Yeah,
that
was close. That was close. We got Legaspi with the ball now, looking for options. Again, Michigan, okay, there we go. Now there's some pressure from Mendez, but again, Michigan is a little less of a pressure so far.
Yeah, they're dropping off the pressure for sure, and UCLA is playing pretty slow this second half, especially compared to the first half. Lots of back passes and keeping it on their side of the field, and Michigan isn't pressuring as much.
Legaspi out to Nixon on the right wing. Nixon with the ball is defended well there by Ramirez, but a foul on, that looks like it was a foul on Matthew Fisher.
Yeah, it might have been just a slight hook there on Fisher, brought Nixon to the ground there. As here comes Karamanchi with the kick. Oh, he's going to give it to Nixon.
He's passing to Nixon for the free kick. Now Nixon's going to take the kick. You have Aguilar was making a run in the box there, but couldn't quite find him. Passes it out to Karamanchi in the back of the field. Gets it to Legaspi in the center circle. Pressured there a little bit by Elmquist, who then passes it right up the middle to Sean Sent. Sent back to Karamanchi. Looking for options here in the middle of the field. Back to Legaspi in the center circle. Again, not too much pressure for Michigan's offense. Trey Wright now with the ball on the left wing. Passes it back to Legaspi in the center circle. Passes it to Karamanchi. He's going to switch the field, go to Nixon out there on the right wing, who then passes it to it's Philip Naif. Good challenge there by Mendez. No call from the referee. Cross up the field. It's a great ball to Grayson Elmquist. Takes a little bit too big of a touch there. He was through on goal. Nobody in front of him besides Box, but couldn't quite corral the ball.
Elmquist with the speed there, but the more you run, the faster you run, the harder that touch is. He just takes a huge touch right at Kevin Box there, unfortunately.
As Aydin Abdollahi with the ball now gives it back to Michigan. That's Mendez with the ball. It's a little bit of a shove there. No call. They're going to press the advantage. Was there a call? I didn't hear a whistle. There we go.
And his shoe is off.
Oh, his cleat came off. Yeah.
Mitrovic, his cleat is just...
Mitrovic had a hard challenge there. I think that challenge came from Martisanera from the Bruins there.
Yeah, it looks like he might even step on his foot a little bit. Taking his cleat off, leaving it on the turf.
Signals there to... He does not want to come out of the game. He's fine. Just going to put his cleat back on. A little bit of stoppage here. Still, again, so far this half, no pressure really from UCLA. We have barely seen any touches within 10 yards of the 18-yard box for UCLA.
Yeah, I mean, they've been really keeping it in their back line. maybe looking for that huge deep ball to try and get a quick goal.
And
But
you think, I mean, down 2-0 in the second half. I mean, it's still early in the second half, but at some point you're going to have to start putting up pressure to try and get back in this game. So far, they've been kind of slow.
just a kick.
Kick from Will Baker to Nicholas Cassidy down deep to the right wing. It's going to be out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for the Michigan Wolverines. Nick Cassidy looks to take it. Passes in quickly to Will Baker. Back to Nick Cassidy down in the corner there. Defended well by Mimi. Mimi passes back out. Passes into the middle of the field for Mendez. Mendez with the ball again in 18-yard box, dribbling with two defenders on him, Mimi and that is Nafe. Nafe back to Cassidy with the ball now. Passes it out to Rogers. Rogers now to Ramirez. Ooh, great 1-2 there, but couldn't quite get there. Oh, Ramirez has the ball now. He stole away from Dixon. Mitar Mitrovic back to Ramirez. Ramirez down the left wing, pardon. It's going to be out of bounds. Throw in for the Michigan Wolverines. That was a beautiful one, too.
Oh, yeah, Michigan just continuing bringing up the pressure. And great plays. I love seeing those 1-2s just
Side
one time.
side
Oh, yeah.
into the air.
Beautiful.
That was good defense there from Nixon, but Ramirez was able to recover well.
Yeah, UCLA's wingbacks have just been playing amazing this game.
Yeah.
Boxing out Michigan's wingers.
Matthew Fisher here with the throw-in. Throws it down the line to Ramirez. Corrals it. He's in the corner being pressured there. Looks like he's going to... Oh, it Megs the defender. He's on the byline. Gets fouled, though.
Wow, great play there from Ramirez.
That was Gaspy that fouled him.
Gaspy with the foul. But Ramirez, how about that move?
Yeah.
Right on the sideline, ball just out of bounds. At the corner, nowhere to go. He's boxed in.
Gaspy probably expected him to try and kick it off and get a corner kick, maybe get a throw-in, but he
right through the legs.
Back heels nutmegs him and then tries to get it up the byline. Good recovery there from Gaspy, but ended up fouling him in the process.
Here's going to be the basically corner kick for Michigan.
Yeah. Mitrovic with the corner kick. Yeah, it's about 10 yards off of the corner. So, Jamis is trying to hear if he can hear the set piece play.
Calling the play.
A lot of players there in the box. Crosses it in. It's going to be headed, deflected. UCLA has the ball now. Kicked way out of bounds. That's going to be out of the stadium again. Yeah,
wow.
On the roof and out of the stadium.
The ball. Oh my goodness.
Heads up below.
Ball over the roof there. Oh my goodness.
Cleared the ball.
What a clear as well.
He did not want anything with the pressure there by Michigan in the 18-yard box.
Oliver Roach just absolutely blasted all out of the stadium.
Good throw in here by Matthew Fisher, the captain for this Michigan team. Throws it down the line to Mendez. Mendez corralled by 4 defenders. Now with Nixon for UCLA. Kicks it down the line. It's going to be out of bounds. Michigan throw-in. Again, this has been all Michigan. It's pretty much all been in UCLA's side of the half.
Yeah, ball has barely crossed the halfway line, which is pretty unexpected. I would expect UCLA to try and come out and apply some serious pressure, especially with Michigan inviting them to do so.
Fisher with the throw-in. Gets intercepted by... That was... Now the ball...
Great slide
UCLA is
tackle
making
there.
some good pressure. It crossed into the 18-yard box, but deflected by... That was Mitrovic. Ball still with Sent now. Passes it to Solons. Karamanchi with the ball. Passes it out over to Trey Wright. Trey Wright now tries to find Mimi on the left wing. Saved it just by barely going out of bounds. Now the ball is with Marcus Onera in the 18-yard box. But if the ball gets deflected away, now it's Michigan with the ball. Nicholas Cassidy along the right wing. Not a ton of pressure there from Michigan. They're kind of keeping their guys back. Not too many runs. Back to Goldson in the box. Boots it high into the air. It's going to be UCLA ball. He heads it deep back into Michigan territory. Corralled there by Michigan.
Michigan looking to slow it down here.
Yeah, they've definitely, the past 5 minutes, they've been slowing it down a little bit.
UCLA still keeping up the pressure. Not offensively, though.
Back to Goldson, who boots it back up to the halfway line. Almquist could not quite corral that ball. UCLA with the ball. Martin Mitrovic now with the ball. Passes out to Ramirez on the line. Nice move there to Juka defender. Stays with the ball. Now it's Mitrovic in the center of the field, in the center circle. Pass out to Oliver Martin there on the right line. Now we got some pressure from Michigan coming. They've got a lot of players pressing. Couldn't quite connect on the 1-2. They're doing an overlay, but not on the same page there. Good through ball there to Solons, who's in the 18-yard box with a shot. Great save there by Goldson. Great save by Isaiah Goldson. That's his third save of this game. That was a great through ball. Solons was on in the 18-yard box, one-on-one with the defender. Was able to get a shot on target off, but great save there by Goldson. Now the ball's deep in the UCLA half. Cassidy with the ball on the right wing. Passes it back. We got a... Oh, Goldson looks like he might be injured there.
He is on the ground, head in the grass.
Might have been an awkward dive there on that save. It was shot right at him.
So much power. Oh my gosh.
It was shot directly at him. He kind of he saved it and fell onto his side there. It looks like they're calling for some trainers.
Yeah, trainers are coming on the field, but let's talk about Solon's shot. I mean, right at the 6-yard box, and then it was saved.
Yeah.
He's so much power. He gets to place it wherever he wants, and what a save, man. Oh, my goodness.
This would be interesting there if Goldson can't go on. I mean, if you want to talk about,
Isaiah Goldson looks like he's coming out of the game, and Michigan will have to look for their backup goalie.
I think it would be go to Bean, probably.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be bringing out Alan Bean, the sophomore out of Falls Church, Virginia.
Yep, Falls Church, Virginia.
Going to be 6'2". Let's see him come on the field.
We will see, though. They haven't brought in any of the substitute goalies here on the sideline.
Yeah, he has not left the bench quite yet, but it doesn't look very good for Isaiah Goldson. He is still sitting on the
Something
pitch.
to note here, I mean, none of the backup goalies really have much playing time this season. Isaiah Goldson has played every single minute this season.
Yeah, and UCLA's goalie, Kevin Box, this is his third game of the season, despite having 2 clean sheets against Penn State and Maryland. This should be an interesting substitute here in UCLA. I mean, will for sure be bringing on the pressure after this.
They should definitely. Assuming Isaiah Goldson comes out, then.
I mean, with the saves that we have seen so far from Isaiah Goldson, I would expect to see immense offensive pressure from UCLA.
And especially, there's a little bit of a shift in this half where in the past 5 minutes, the pressure from Michigan when they've had the ball has been a little bit less. They've been pressing up the field less. It looks like Isaiah Goldson going to stay in the game, actually. He's a true.
Wow. Yeah, I was not expecting that, Evan. Let me tell you that. He's standing up talking to the trainers now. It looks like he may be okay. He possibly even took a face shot on that.
Yeah, I couldn't quite see.
Goalless, but
I mean, it was so close that, anything could happen.
He was probably about 3 yards in front of that shot, so fortunate spot to be, but great save. I mean, oh my goodness. And what a trooper staying in the game here.
Yeah.
Isaiah Goldson.
The ball, I think it was Michigan possession right before the ref blew the whistle there for the injury.
Yeah.
Maybe a throw in there on the right wing near the center line for Michigan. It's going to be Oliver Martin.
Yeah, I appreciate what you say about the conservativeness now that Michigan's taking up. Obviously now with a 2-0 lead. But yeah, they've been playing a lot slower, which is uncharacteristic of this team.
Will Baker now with the ball, crosses, switches the field to Mendez. Mendez along the left wing. He's going to try and look for an overlay there. Mendez back to, that's going to be Matthew Fisher. Fisher crosses it into the middle of the field to Grayson Elmquist, who lost his footing a little bit there. Great challenge by UCLA's Legaspi. Takes it out of bounds. It's going to be a Michigan throw-in. Lots of Michigan throw-ins this half so far. Matthew Fisher with the throw-in here. Looks like Mendez with the ball deflected, stays in bounds. Oh, nope.
Oh, Michigan ball.
Yeah, out of bounds. Line judge ruled that out of bounds.
Here's another Michigan throw. They're going to try and kill more clock here.
Mitrovic passes it down the line. Mendez loses his footing. Looks like they've been kind of slipping over here in this left corner here.
Yeah, unfortunate slip there from Mendez in the left wing there.
Box now with the ball, passes to Legaspi. Legaspi taking it up the field. Not too much pressure from Michigan right now. Mendez is eyeing him. Legaspi passes it out to Karamanchi. Karamanchi passes it to Dixon. Dixon along the right wing. Passes it back into the middle of the field to Aguilar. Aguilar was able to juke Martin Mitrovic. Run up the field. A little bit of hand play there. passes it to, that's Nafe. Nafe with the ball near the byline in the 18-yard box, was able to just barely get a pass off, but it's intercepted there by Michigan. Michigan passed deep up the field, could not quite connect with Grayson Elmquist there, just a little bit too much power. He was making a nice run.
Yeah, Elmquist double teamed there, but the ball does go pretty far to the right of him. So UCLA will take the ball back.
Monchi with the ball now, passes to Legaspi. And the center circle, Legaspi passes it out there to Trey Wright along the left wing, back to Legaspi. Legaspi into the middle of the field now to Aguilar. It's going to be Aguilar with the ball. Defended there by Nicholas Cassidy. Nicholas Cassidy pressuring Mimi now. A little bit of miscommunication there. Karamachi ends up with the ball along the right wing. They switch the field. Back to the middle of the field to Legaspi. Legaspi with the ball. Again, not too much pressure for Michigan. They got all their players are in their own half. Dixon with the ball now.
UCLA inviting Michigan for some defensive pressure.
Yeah.
They're just keeping the ball with their back line and occasionally passing up to their midfield.
Aguilar with the ball. Passes it into, that's sent out to Mimi along the left wing. Crosses into the 18-yard box, but nobody there. Ramirez faked heading it. Lets the ball go out of bounds. It's going to be a Michigan throw. Oh, they actually called that a UCLA throw. I think they said it hit Ramirez. Aguilar with the ball now. Now it's back to Nixon. Nixon switches it into the middle of the field now. Legaspi with the ball. Pressure there a little bit by Elmquist. And then pass it up the middle of the field. Skied into the air. Nobody's there except for Legaspi. It's going to be all the way back into UCLA's half. Michigan still not applying much pressure along this UCLA back line.
Michigan dropping now with nearly 5 defenders
Solons
here.
was trying to make a run there, but great defense by Will Baker. That's foul by, that was Nafe. Nafe was trying to make a run with, I think that was Fisher running step with step by him, and along his run, he kind of elbowed Fisher there. I just saw a kid in the crowd throw up a yellow card to
That's
Nafe.
awesome.
So.
That kid's going places. Yeah, but they were shoulder to shoulder, and Nafe just lifted up his elbow there, so that'll be a foul right there. Not quite a yellow card.
Up into the UCLA territory, deflected into the air. That's Nixon. Then Nafe kind of bicycle kicks it over to his teammate Aguilar, but it's intercepted by Mitrovic. Mitrovic passes back to that's Nolan Miller back there. Excuse me. And then that's Mendez now on the right. Jukes a defender. Mendez with the ball, crosses way across the field. Cassidy might be able to get there, but it's defended well by Mimi. Back in the back right corner, Mimi turns the ball around and passes it. Now it's Oliver Martin with the ball to Grayson Elmquist. Slows it down a little bit. That's Quentin Rogers. Back to Rogers. Rogers looking for options. Switches the field, passes it to Ramirez here on the left wing. It's defended there by Nixon. One-on-one now. He's got double team there by Nafe. It's going to be Martin Mitrovic with the ball. Loses the ball to Nafe. A little bit of a foul there. They're going to keep playing on. Nafe crosses up the field to Martusonera. Martusonera is near the 18-yard box. Shakes the defender. Enters the 18-yard box. Crosses. Not going to be anyone there, though. It's going to go out of the...
Great defense there from Alan Bean. Accidentally pushes the UCLA offensive player forward with the ball, but he remakes himself up and he gets a tackle there.
Some subs coming on. On for UCLA, we have Francis Bonsu and Gorgadilas are on the field now for
Looks like
UCLA.
Sean Sent and Philip Nafe are heading to the bench.
I think that's down in the corner there. I think that's Gorgadilas taking the corner kick into the box. Defended, missed. Fisher actually missed that, but it played out in his favor because then it deflected off of Mimi and went out of bounds for a Michigan goal kick. 25 minutes here left in the second half. Michigan's still leading 2-0. They have 9 shots, and UCLA's 4 shots.
Yeah.
A sub coming in right now. That's going to be Nick Nobles coming in, the freshman defender, and Oliver Martin subbed out. Looks like, sorry.
Not quite as exciting as a game as we saw in this first half.
Yeah, I was getting excited watching the first half. I was hoping I was going to call some goals. Looks like Michigan's going to go for a little bit more of a defense. I mean, the 25 minutes left of the game, up 2-0, sub out one of their forwards, bring in a defender. It looks like they're going to you know, they're trying to park the bus a little bit.
Yep, they're going to switch it to a 5-back here and park the bus for sure.
See if they can ride out the rest of this 25 minutes in this half. We're still waiting for UCLA. I mean, UCLA actually in the past 5 minutes has had a lot more shots.
Way more pressure.
Way more pressure. A couple corner kicks, a couple crosses, yard box. But right now, back to passing in their back line. Karamanchi back to Legaspi. Legaspi switches it over to Trey Wright there. Trey Wright passes it up to Mimi. Mimi back to Trey Wright. Still in the UCLA half of the field. Near the center line now. Legaspi with the ball. Karamanchi along the right wing. Defended well by Mendez. Mendez, good pressure there. He's the only Michigan player up that high. Legaspi with the ball. Legaspi passes it out to Trey Wright. Trey Wright near the center line. Passes it into the middle of the field there to Solons. Deflected around. Gets back to Legaspi in the center circle to Karamanchi. Karamanchi passes it up the field to Nixon. He's on the right wing. Defended by Ramirez. He was able to squeak away there. Cross into the 18-yard box, but it's deflected up by, I think that was Noah Miller.
Yeah.
We have Mendez with the ball on the right wing. It's going to be a
UCLA throw.
UCLA throw and went out of bounds on Mendez. It's going to be Nixon to throw the ball in. Passes it to Bonsu, I believe, the new sub. That's actually not Bonsu. It was Bonsu. Never mind. Karamanchi with the ball.
UCLA really pushing up now.
Yeah, now we've seen a lot more pressure from UCLA now. Nixon with the ball on the right wing, defended well by Ramirez, but he gets around him, gets to the byline, crosses into the 18-yard box, snakes through, but is kicked out of bounds there by Michigan. It's going to be another UCLA throw-in in the Michigan part of the half.
Great ball there from Shakir Nixon.
Thrown in backwards to Karamanchi. Trey Wright now with the ball. To Legaspi. Karamanchi. Pressured again by Mendez. Nixon. To Bonsu. He's able to get around Fisher there into the 18-yard box, but it's going to be cleared away by Michigan. That was Martin Mitrovic that cleared it away. But UCLA with the ball again now. Nixon looking for a pass along the right wing. Run into the byline. He's going to look for a cross into the 18-yard box, but it's deflected there by Matthew Fisher. Great defense.
Yeah, and Francis Bonsu and Fisher have just been going crazy over there in that right wing. Great dribble there we've seen by Bonsu, but unfortunately the cross just isn't there for UCLA.
It was great defense by Matthew Fisher. We got a corner kick coming in now. Headed away by, I think that was Martin Mitrovic or Grayson Elmquist that headed it away, but UCLA retains possession. Nixon with the ball outside of the 18-yard box. Bonsu deflected there. Great defense by Matthew Fisher coming up the left wing, but this ball gets stolen away by Karamanchi, who passes it to, that's Gorgadilis. Gorgadilis, a hard challenge there by Bonsu, right into Ramirez's back, or was that Mendez? I believe that was Mendez who had a hard challenge.
Yeah, Mendez
on the ground.
Mendez still on the ground there as well. Can you call it for the trainer, stop the clock? Or excuse me, not call it for the trainer, stop the clock there. As the referee will give him a look. Bonsu with the foul there. It'll be Michigan's free kick. He's standing up. Looks like he'll be ready to go. Stay on the field here for Michigan.
Looks like this free kick is going to be taken by Will Baker or Isaiah Goldson. Looks like it's going to be Isaiah Goldson after all. Michigan pressing up now.
Yeah, Michigan pushing all their defenders past the halfway mark.
Looking for a big boot here by Isaiah Goldson.
Oh yeah.
There's a free kick from Isaiah Goldson deep into UCLA territory. A couple players there. Ramirez challenges, but cannot get the ball. Now UCLA on the push here. Bonsu on the right wing stumbles a little bit, lost his footing, out of bounds. It's going to be a UCLA throw-in.
Yeah, Michigan defense almost panicking there to get back to try and counteract.
Lucky Bonsu lost his footing there a little bit.
Yeah.
Legaspi with the ball now out to Trey Wright. Approaching the center circle. Going to swing it out to the left wing to Mimi. Mimi with the ball now, passes back to Trey Wright. Back to Legaspi.
UCLA keeping it super slow here. These two center backs have been playing pass for quite some time this second half
It's
now.
been a lot of Legaspi to Karamanchi and back. Legaspi with the ball now in the center circle. He's past the center line. To Bonsu. Bonsu to Aguilar. Aguilar is challenged there, but retains possession. Ball outside the 18-yard box with Morgan Elis. Overlay there. Pass is intercepted there by Michigan.
Great deflections here from Michigan
Deflected there out of the
defense.
18-yard box. Michigan has possession now. It's going to be out of bounds. Michigan throwing.
Yet another cross from UCLA. Properly deflected by this Michigan defense.
Yeah.
I think that's what's been holding UCLA to only 4 shots this game versus Michigan's 9. And that's a huge, huge point for UCLA here. So they need to get more shots off.
Nick Nobles, who just threw the ball in the sub recently. Good deflection there by Noah Miller to kick the ball in the air. Prevented the through ball from happening. Quinn Rogers loses the ball, but Michigan regains possession. Nick Cassidy along the right wing. Dribbled him backwards into his own territory.
Nick Cassidy
Crosses into the middle of the field. Nobody's there. Just crosses right into like the center circle. Fox now has the ball. Back in UCLA's territory with UCLA ball. Nixon with the ball. Passes it back to Legaspi. Legaspi to Trey Wright. Legaspi has the ball. Going to pass it to Caramachi. Pressured by Mendez. Bonsu. Foul. Not a foul. Good challenge there, though. Going to be Nixon with the ball outside the 18-yard box. I think they're calling offsides there.
Offsides.
Looks like Nixon might have started his run a little bit too early. It was called offsides. It's going to be a Michigan free kick there. Isaiah Goldson's going to take it. They're going to push up a lot of players.
Here they are really pushing up, trying to get the ball
Yeah.
into UCLA's half,
Goldston,
try and get more
Goldson's
time
yelling
down.
at guys to get up the field.
Here comes a five back crossing midfield.
Mm-hmm. Right here, close to this left wing, we have Fishu.
Handball in the box.
Handball in the box.
And it is
They're gonna
called.
call
It will be a penalty.
a penalty. There's candy flying in the stadium.
Yeah, I mean, Mendez, he had a great ball there and tripped up, but
Yep.
the ball hit a defender's hand in the box, and the UCLA players are arguing, and it looks like no penalty will be called.
No penalty. I think they're saying.
You're going to VAR
I
here.
think they are going to VAR here. That was a great. So it was a cross in along the left wing from Fisher
Yep.
to Mendez. Mendez was able to corral. It was him on Nixon, I believe.
Yeah, Mendez got a
Mendez,
great
he got a
great
great
spillaway
touch on
there.
it. Tried to make a cross into the box, and he was kind of losing his footing. Put a dribble past Nixon, passed it, and it was hit the hand of, I think that was Nixon.
Yeah, I thought it very clearly hit the UCLA defender's hand or at least lower arm there, but I mean, we got to trust the VAR, so we'll see what
No, it wasn't Nixon.
he's
Nixon
right.
was defending. It hit off of, who was that? It looked like that might have been Marta Sonera behind him. Nixon was the one in front.
Yeah, Nixon was he was right up there on defense pressuring.
Yeah, hot off Legaspi's hand is what they're saying.
Legaspi with the
Let's see what the
yeah
VAR decision
on the
says.
replay it looks
pretty
pretty
clear to me
handball,
that it was a handball.
pretty handball to me.
Also from Legaspi's body language, he looked a little bit frustrated after that happened. So I think he might know that it was a handball too, but obviously gonna try and fight that.
Now, if the VAR does say that this is a penalty, who are you having taken this
Ooh.
penalty? Are you giving it to Michael Ramirez and try and get the hat trick in this Big Ten game, or are you
I
giving
might.
it to someone else? I think Ramirez may be taking this one. Go for the hat trick. He already has goal 1 and goal 2 on the game. So the refs are taking their time with the review here. Plenty of time for Isaiah Golson to get some water. And a penalty is called. It will be a penalty for Michigan.
Let's see who Michigan has take this kick.
It looks as though Raimundo Mendez will be taking it. He's
Yeah.
holding the ball. And he was the offensive player there with the cross. But I guess we shall
I actually
see.
think that's Quinn Rogers holding
Oh, yeah,
the ball.
Quinn Rogers will take the ball now.
The graduate midfielder, I think. He has the ball. I don't know if he's the one going to be taking that, though.
I'm intrigued to see.
It's interesting. We
Yeah.
talked about how Box doesn't have a ton of minutes played this season. Let's see how, this is a
Yeah.
big moment. This
He's only-
one-on-one.
This is his third game of the season. He did have 2 clean sheets, but
Stadium is getting loud here. They are stamping in these stands. Quinn Rogers taking the penalty. It's going to be boxed in between the sticks for UCLA. Here comes the whistle. Quinn Rogers with the take. He shoots. Going to be scored. That's going to be scored. He kicked it bottom right corner. Box go to the left. That's going to be a goal for Michigan. Michigan's going to get 3-0 now with 19 minutes to play here in the second half. A goal for Michigan.
Yeah, great penalty there to take his time, patience.
Kind of a stutter step, kind of got boxed to jump to his right a little bit.
Just slide it that bottom corner. That's class, that's class. And that would be 3-0 Michigan. UCLA is not going to be desperate. I'm expecting immense pressure from this UCLA Bruins team.
Trying to look down the sideline, see if there's any subs coming in. This sold-out crowd here at the Michigan Soccer Stadium is elated. Quinn Rogers, the graduate student, adding to his Michigan career.
As these Michigan players are super hyped up to get back into position. Continue parking the bus here against the UCLA Bruins.
It's funny, we said out there parking the bus and they go out and score a third goal of the game. The ball is going to go out of bounds there to the back. It's going to be Nick Nobles taking the throw in there. We've seen that strategy a lot more popular in the past couple seasons. Where off kickoff, they kick it out of bounds into the opponent's territory because I think the mentality is there. You can get some high pressure there off of a throw, and it's easier to defend a throw and get some pressure there. See if you can get a quick turnaround there and get pressure in the box. But did not work out here for UCLA. They have the ball, but it's defended well by Michigan. Deflected up into the air.
Yeah,
it's going to be Will Baker there with the ball. Now Fisher defending Bonzu. Passes it out to Carmachi. Defended there by Ramirez. They're going to call foul on Ramirez. It's going to be a free kick for UCLA.
Ramirez just pushes him down there.
Carmachi foul there. Quick take there. Legaspi with the ball now. Out to Trey Wright near the center circle. Trey Wright passes it back to Legaspi. Legaspi with the ball. Passes it deep into the field to Bonzu. Defended well there by Fisher. Fisher speeding up the field. We've talked about how quick he is earlier. Nicholas Cassidy with the ball now along the right wing. Looking for any crosses if he can. Puts it back. And pass it there to Nick Nobles, who's defended by... That was defended by Mimi, I believe. Now we have Will Baker with the ball in Michigan territory. Passes it out to Quinn Rogers, the goal scorer.
Michigan going to keep it slow here.
The ball, passes it to Grayson Elmquist in the middle of the field. He's able to juke out 2 defenders. Matthew Fisher now with the ball, gets fouled there.
He's tripped up there by Bonzu there. That will be a foul. Free kick for Michigan.
Michigan captain still on the... looks like he might tie his shoe there or something.
Yeah, Elmquist with a great move there, just splitting 2 UCLA defenders, keeping the time running on the clock.
And we've seen kind of how shifty and explosive Fisher has been, so I don't blame Bonzu for kind of going in there with a hard challenge there, trying to limit what he can do. We have a couple substitutes coming in now. We have Blake Bayless now on the field for UCLA. Sam Scott on the field for UCLA. And coming back from the first half, he played earlier, but that is Artem Vovik on the field for UCLA now.
He will take his time tying his shoes, still on the ground here. The clock is not running.
Yep.
No time wasting here.
Another difference in NCAA soccer compared to, a lot of FIFA rules.
Yeah, they have a countdown.
It's a countdown and there's no stoppage time. There's no extra minutes at the end of the half there.
Yeah, but it does bring up the opportunity for some buzzer beater / game winner goals. And like we've seen that from Sergi Ormo. He has 2 game-winning goals, which leads the NCAA right now.
Matthew Fisher now with the ball in the back of the field. Passes it back to Isaiah Goldson. Pressure there from Vovik. Goldson gets it away. Passes it down the right wing now. That is Nick Nobles. Passes it down to Nicholas Cassidy, who's outside the 18-yard box now. Defended there by the new substitute. Michigan's looking for a foul in the box. Was not going to get it. That's going to be passed to... That's going to be Bonzu with the ball now in the center circle.
Yeah, Cassidy fell to the ground there, looked to be pushed after megging the defender there.
Sonero with the ball now, passes it on the left wing down to, that's a new player for for UCLA, Sam Scott. It's going to be nicely gathered there by Isaiah Goldson. They crossed into the box there. He was able to jump up, grab that ball.
Yeah, ball might have been a little too deep, but still went over the keeper's head. He had to jump up for that one.
Goldson throws it into Nick Nobles out on the right wing. Passes it to Nicholas Cassidy along the right wing. Defended well. Nick Nobles with the ball again. Passes it back to Nolan Miller. Nolan Miller passes it up the field to Grayson Elmquist, but defended well by Trey Wright. Trey Wright passes the ball back.
Now, Elmquist and Cassidy have been very good on this right side for the Michigan Wolverines so far this game.
Caramachi passes it along the left wing now. UCLA with the ball on the left wing. Outside the 18-yard line. Goes for a shot, but gets deflected by Michigan. Caramachi with the ball again. Nixon with the ball. Defended well by Ramirez. Defended by Ramirez again. Matthew Fisher on Bonzu. Bonzu pat to Martisanera. Martisanera to Caramachi. Back out to. It's another new player for UCLA, Blake Bayless. It's going to be a
foul called there. UCLA trying to methodically drive the ball upfield. They're pushing up all their players now. And they're still taking it slow.
They're making a lot of passes in tight windows. This has been a good past couple possessions for UCLA here. They have a nice free kick about, looks like 7 or 8 yards outside the 18-yard box.
Yeah, Michigan's going to need a 5-person wall for this shot.
This is an interesting play here. Your take, do you think he's going to go for the goal here, or do you think he's going to go for a cross?
I think he might go for the shot, considering how well the balls have been played for UCLA so far this game inside the box.
And considering how well Michigan has been deflecting away in the 18-yard box. Here's the shot. Going to be shot at the goal. Deflected there. Saved by Isaiah Goldson.
Wow.
And then immediately deflected away.
Matthew Fisher.
Yeah.
Matthew Fisher, a great clear there. A great save, but the ball.
Right again, he went for the shot. He was on target. Isaiah Goldson made a nice dive to his left. And then Fisher's able to...
Isaiah Goldson just got a yellow card, I believe. Or something. You just showed him something. I'm not 100% sure what just happened there on the field. But
we have
great defense as well by Matthew Fisher.
Nolan Miller's talking to the referee right now, the captain. Guess he's trying to figure out what went down right there.
Yeah, I wasn't really sure. I couldn't really see what he was showing the goalie there.
More substitutes here for UCLA. We have Drew Brown now on the field for UCLA and Dylan Cantafio. Julio Herrera is now on the field for Michigan.
Here's Michigan for the free kick. So Michigan pushes up all their players past the halfway mark.
Maybe I think it was a yellow card on UCLA.
That very well could have been possible, yes.
Free kick for Michigan here. It should have been a goal kick just based off the previous play. Goes out of bounds. Ramirez couldn't quite get in the air to get that ball. It's going to be a UCLA throw-in here along the left wing, or UCLA's right wing. Throws it into Bonzu. Defended well by Fisher. It's going to be Michigan throw-in. Great defense there by Matthew Fisher. Goes out of bounds off of Bonzu.
And with 13 minutes remaining in this game, it looks like Michigan's going to really try and start time wasting here.
Matthew Fisher throws it in there to Grayson Elmquist. Great touch there by Elmquist. Defended well by Drew Brown. Now it's out to Ramirez. Also defended well by Aguilar.
Yeah, Elmquist almost with an amazing backheel pass there.
UCLA played it in quickly. Aguilar with the ball now. Passes it out to Blake Bayless. Back to Aguilar. Aguilar taking out the middle of the field. Switches the field. Deflected there by Nicholas Cassidy. UCLA retains possession. Trey Wright along the left wing. Passes deep upfield, but it's deflected away by Michigan. Michigan has possession. Nicholas Cassidy crosses it into the middle of the field to Grayson Elmquist. Couldn't quite get there. Kicked up into the air, out of the stadium again.
There's another one that goes out of the stadium. Almost as if we're in a baseball game. That's another one out of the park there.
Another souvenir there for some lucky Michigan fan. If anyone's in the parking lot, they have a free ball.
That's right.
Nick Noble's taking the throw in, it looks like. Deep throw in there to Grayson Elmquist, who passes it quickly to Nicholas Cassidy. Defended there by, I believe that was Sam Scott.
It's out of bounds.
Throws it in. UCLA has the ball, defended well by Michigan. Passes it out to, that's Blake Bayless. Blake Bayless with the ball. Blake Bayless, a little bit of pressure there from Ramirez. Passes it back to Drew Brown. Drew Brown with the ball in the center circle. Looking for a pass. Passes up to Trey Wright on the left wing. And passes to Aguilar. Aguilar with the ball, passes into the middle of the field, but it's deflected by Michigan. Michigan has the ball. It's cleared away by Nolan Miller. It's going to be out of bounds. It's going to be a UCLA throw-in.
Yeah, Michigan continuing to do a great job with clearing balls. All day it's happened, including on these crosses, keeping UCLA to a limited amount of shots.
Martisanero with the ball now near the center circle, passes it back to Drew Brown. Drew Brown approaching the middle of the field, passes it to Blake Bayless. Blake Bayless back to Drew Brown. Again, not a ton of pressure here from UCLA. They're passing between their back line.
Yeah, I would really expect to see some offensive pressure by UCLA here, but continue to keep it slow and methodical.
Bonzu with the ball on the right wing, passes it to, it's a new player for Michigan, Dylan Catifo, or new player for UCLA, pardon, it was Dylan Catifo. We have a foul here.
Michigan player on the ground grabbing his ankle. It looks like he will be okay. That was number 6, Quinn Rogers.
Scored the penalty earlier.
Yes. See, we'll be okay. He will walk it off. It'll be a Michigan free kick taken by Isaiah Goldson.
He's going to take his time here, trying to bleed down more call. We got 10.5 minutes left in this second half. Michigan is up 3-0. UCLA only has 5 shots on the game. Isaiah Goldson kicks it upfield, near out of bounds. It's going to be kicked out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for UCLA.
Yeah, and UCLA, I mean, it's really time for them to start getting some shots off. So offensive pressure is a must for them. I would not expect them to see them keep the ball in the back line as they have so far this half.
Substitutions here for Michigan. Kyle Pearson's now on the field. There's a couple others. I think that's Dylan Davis there out on the field. Trey Wright now with the ball for UCLA near his own 18-yard box. Back to box. Box with the ball. Passes it to Drew Brown. Drew Brown taking it up the field himself. Pressure a little bit. Deflected there. Michigan has the ball. Dylan Davis has the ball. Great through ball there to Nicholas Cassidy. Nicholas Cassidy with the ball in the 18-yard box. Runs out. Looking for a pass. Mitrovic made a nice overlay there, but couldn't quite find him. Fisher now passes it back to Isaiah Goldson, back deep in Michigan territory. Now Michigan has the ball. Michigan driving up the field. Passes. Great pass in the middle of the field there. Great ball to Dylan Davis in the 18-yard box, but couldn't quite get there. Well defended by goalkeeper Kevin Box.
Kevin Box coming in there with the sweeper keeper.
Yep.
Causing everyone to jump over him. It's UCLA.
Nicholas Cassidy has now switched sides of the field. He was playing on the right wing a lot this game, and now he's here on the left. Dylan Davis defending, looks like Mimi out there. No, that's not Mimi. That is Sam Scott. Along the byline, deflected in Michigan's favor, cleared by, that is Nick Nobles. That was cleared by now. UCLA has the ball near the center line. Will Baker has the ball, passes it to, not Will Baker, I apologize, Drew Brown, different number 5. Now UCLA has the ball, pressuring in the 18-yard box, cross into the middle of the box, but defended well there by
Will Baker.
Yes, it was.
Great defense there.
He's been having an exceptional game. Now we have Nicholas Cassidy on the left wing. Can he keep the ball in bounds? Looks like he can, but he's not going to be able to make a run because he had to just barely squeak that ball in bounds. If Fisher and Mitrovic playing pass. Fisher taking it up the field. He's extremely fast and explosive, taking it himself. That's Fisher on the field, has a clear shot on goal, takes the shot, but couldn't quite get it past Box.
My goodness.
Did not quite, he took on 5 defenders himself maybe, had a clear line. Nobody really challenged him that much. He blew by everyone, but couldn't quite get a shot
using his
powerful
speed
enough to get by Box.
Traveled around 65% of the field all the way down to the box to take a shot there.
Martisanera now with the ball, passes it to, that is Cantafio. Now we have Sam Scott with the ball, passes to Trey Wright. Trey Wright passes it back to Drew Brown. Along the right wing now, Marcus Aguilar gets defended well there by Matthew Fisher. Call Matthew Fisher's name a lot this game. He has had a huge impact. Maybe hasn't necessarily had a goal or assist yet, but he's had a huge impact on this game.
Been exceptional on defense.
Yep.
It's been one of the main reasons why UCLA can't get these shots off like they have in other games.
And we've been seeing he's been making these great runs. As that's going to be kicked out of bounds by UCLA, it's going to be a Michigan throw-in. Matthew Fisher's going to take that throw-in. They were looking for Bonzu there, but led the pass a little bit too much. He couldn't quite get there.
Yeah, and with Matthew Fisher's speed, I mean, oh my goodness. What a great player to have out of the backfield running up for the offensive play.
Matthew Fisher now with the ball. He's been taking all the throw-ins, too. Looking for an option. Throws it deep downfield. He was looking for Kyle Pearson there, but headed out of bounds by Michigan, it looks like it was headed out of bounds. Bonzu with the throw-in. A little bit of a shove there by Mitrovic, but no call from the referee. Matthew Fisher kicks it deep downfield along the left wing. Nobody is there. It is gathered by Drew Brown for UCLA. 6 minutes, 40 seconds left in this half.
UCLA still keeping it with their back line. Not really pressing it up the wings like Michigan has been this game.
Drew Brown with the ball and passes out to Trey Wright along the left wing. Passes it deep downfield, looking for Cantafio, but could not quite connect with him. Isaiah Goldson's going to collect the ball. Cantafio's going to pressure him, going to force Goldson to pick that ball up.
Isaiah Goldson doing a good job time wasting there, letting the ball fall to his feet. Get some extra seconds off the clock here. As we are only 6 minutes away from the final whistle.
Throws it out to the left wing to Fisher. Takes a little bit of a slip there. Was able to gather his feet. That was a scary play there.
Very scary. He redeemed himself very well, though. Running, using his speed to get to the ball and clear it away.
Now Box has it for UCLA. Box passes to Trey Wright. Right back to Drew Brown. Drew Brown pressured there by Nicholas Cassidy. Trey Wright now has the ball on the left wing, passes it deep downfield into the 18-yard box, but nobody's going to be there. It's going to be Isaiah Goldson to collect it. Pressure there by Vovic, but he's just going to pick it ball up and again to leave a little bit more time off the clock.
Isaiah Goldson shifting all of his players to the right side of the field here and pushing them deep as well as he's going to drop kick it straight to the right wing.
It looks like it might be out of. Oh, nope. Dylan Davis was not able to keep it in bounds. It's going to be out of bounds. It's going to be a UCLA throw-in, pardon me. Looks like we got a couple subs coming on for Michigan. That's going to be number 22, Camu Braun. Let me make sure.
We also have Zach Martins coming onto the field. It looks like they're going to be taking off.
Number 22, Camu Braun.
Will be taking off number 8, Mitrovic. As on comes Camu Braun for the Michigan Wolverines.
And there was somebody else that subbed on too.
Yeah, here he comes, Zach Martins.
The senior midfielder.
Looks like he will be subbing our one and only Matthew Fisher. He's had a great game so far as the audience gives him a standing ovation as he heads to the bench. Great game for the young man here against UCLA.
UCLA throws the ball and Trey Wright now pass to Drew Brown. Drew Brown out to, that is Blake Bayless along the right sideline. Bonzu with the ball, defended by Camu Braun. Ball now that's going to be Aguilar with the ball. He's going to look for a cross there on the edge of the 18-yard box. Defended well, but could not quite steal the ball away from him. It's Blake Bayless with the ball, passes it out back to Drew Brown. They're back playing in the backfield. Sam Scott now with the ball. Sam Scott passes it into, that is Cantafio. Cantafio with the ball at the edge of the 18-yard box. Nothing there, though. Passes it out to Trey Wright back in the backfield for UCLA.
UCLA finally working with their wings here instead of just keeping the ball in their back line for most of their possession. Let's see if they...
Down with the ball, passes it out to Bonzu. He's in the right corner, looking to make a move on Nobles. Could not get anywhere, though. Drew Brown now with the ball in the backfield. Passes it back out to Marta Sonera. Trey Wright now working against Blake. Sorry, not Blake, Dylan Davis.
And the ball is out of the stadium. It's a hat trick for balls out of the stadium today. Can't say I've seen that too many times.
Drew Brown now with the ball, passes it back. Martin Sonera with the ball. Passes it to Trey Wright along the left wing, back to Martin Sonera. He's going to look to pass to Drew Brown. Still playing in the backfield. Archie Air with the ball. He's looking for a cross up field. No one there. Trey Wright crosses it down to Sam Scott. Sam Scott entering the 18-yard box. Looks for a cross, but it's deflected nicely by Michigan. That was Noah Miller with the deflection there. Kicked the ball out of bounds. That's a 4th ball out of bounds.
Wow.
You got to wonder, how many soccer balls do they have left?
You know, the 3 that went over the visitors' bench or visitors' side is not that crazy, but the one that went over the home side.
Yeah, that bounced on top of our roof.
I mean, it's
Archie
like
Air now
130
with the
feet
ball.
in the air.
Trey Wright passed. He's going to pass to Sam Scott again. He's going to look for a cross into the box. There's nobody there, though. Nick Cassidy collects, passes it to Nick Nobles. Actually, he controlled the ball, so now Isaiah Goldson can pick it up. All he did was chest it there. Didn't want to interfere with that.
And yet another UCLA cross there.
Goldson pushing
Defended
people
well.
up the field, kicks it down the left wing. Don't think Herrera was able to get to it, but the ball went out of bounds just barely. A nice run there from Herrera, but defended well by Drew Brown.
Yeah, and wait for him to keep control of the ball despite it going out of bounds. Still kept the ball in possession there.
Right now had the ball back to Trey Wright. He had passed to Sam Scott, but he has the ball back again. Pressure there from Cassidy, but Drew Brown retains possession. Drew Brown looking for passes, looking for anything. Blake Bayless passes it up the field to Bonzu. Bonzu makes a nice touch, defended by Nobles. He's able to speed by Nobles into the 18-yard box. And the edge of the 18-yard box there. Vivek going to try and cross into the box. Deflected well there. Looks like Bonzu tried heading it in, but couldn't quite get there. Nice 1-2 for UCLA, but the ball goes out of bounds in the 18-yard box. It's going to be a goal kick for Michigan.
And UCLA has had probably 9 or 10 crosses this game that have gone directly into the 6-yard box, and I don't think a single one hasn't touched a Michigan defender.
Dude,
they have been so good.
Michigan's back line has been incredible.
So good on these crossing balls, and that they've shut down this air raid from the UCLA team.
Yep. Isaiah Goldson here with the goal kick. We have just over a minute left to play in the second half. Looks like Michigan's going to close out with a win here. Bonzu heads the ball up into the middle of the field.
Ball kicked up in the air.
Vovic kicked into the air. See Nicholas Cassidy with the ball, collects. He's pressuring in the middle of the field, making a nice run, looking for Dylan Davis, running over towards Dylan Davis. Dylan Davis makes a run into the 18-yard box, looking for a cross. Crosses, but it's deflected.
Yeah, great run there by Cassidy. It sells the ball perfectly.
Yep.
Perfectly placed to his winger, just unfortunately deflected and defended.
UCLA now has the ball. Drew Brown right outside his own 18-yard box, passes, switches the field to Sam Scott along the left wing. Nice touch there by Sam Scott. Taking it up the left wing, looking for anywhere to pass. Going to pass it to Aguilar in the middle of the field. Aguilar back to Trey Wright. Trey Wright passes it over to Drew Brown. We have 25 seconds here left to play in the second half. Drew Brown with the ball passes to Trey Wright into the center circle. Defended by Dylan Davis. Slips a little bit. Trey Wright gets around him. Sam Scott now on the left wing. Looking for a cross into the box. Cross just into the 18-yard box, but nothing there. You can hear the crowd counting down. Ball's kicked up into the air. Headed by Drew Brown. That's going to do it for this game here in the Michigan Soccer Stadium.
And that's a 5th ball out of the stadium. As the last shot of the game will sail over the backstop. Wow, what a game, partner.
What a game.
I love what I saw from Michigan soccer, and I love what I saw from UCLA as well.
Quick recap here, the second half. Frankly, let's do a quick recap of the whole game. We had, right from the get-go, Michigan applying a lot of pressure. Almost the entire first half was Michigan in UCLA's half of the field.
Great offensive pressure. Yep. That's what leads to goals, and that's what gave Michael Ramirez's first goal there.
Yep.
Off that corner that got pushed off, and then
it was a nice assist there by Nicholas Cassidy. Another name we know. I forgot to mention it while the game was going on. We called Nicholas Cassidy's number out a lot.
Cassidy had an amazing game.
He was giving constant pressure there on that right wing. He assisted Michael Ramirez on his first goal. Fisher assisted him on his second.
I think he was the most used offensive player this game. He was out on the wing with the ball almost every other possession for Michigan.
Yep.
So he had a great game. He really showed his speed. I really like what I saw from him, and I really like what I saw from the Michigan defense as well.
Yes.
This clean sheet, this should not be underestimated. I mean, UCLA had so many chances to score.
And also we talked about how UCLA is a team that creates a ton of chances. To have a clean sheet against a team like UCLA.
The save against that would be Sergi Ormo. I mean, he's one of the best players in the NCAA.
Yeah.
And to give one of the best strikers in the NCAA a chance from about the 6-yard box and your keeper is standing right in the goal, that is a very, very unlikely save.
Yeah.
I love to see that from Isaiah Goldson. A great save. He almost got hurt from it, but he ultimately stayed in the game and gets another clean sheet.
Yeah.
Full time for him today as well.
And then just to top it all off, even with Michigan leading, starting to apply a little bit less pressure, they were able to win a penalty there in the box. It was Legaspi that had a handball there in the box when Mendez was applying pressure there. So then we had
Quinn Rogers took the penalty there to get the goal, put us up 3-0. And yeah, I mean, the vibes tonight were immaculate. I mean, the fans are leaving, but it was a sold out. I mean, every seat was filled. The crowd was super loud with every goal. They were rumbling the stands in PK and during the corner kicks. I love to see it. The atmosphere was great tonight. It was a pleasure to be with you, partner.
Pleasure to be with you, too. Thank you to everyone who listened at home. We appreciate your support of the WCBN Sports channel. We are also, at this current moment, WCBN Sports is broadcasting the Michigan-Cincinnati exhibition basketball games.
Currently 92-89 Cincinnati.
As well as the Michigan-Robert Morris hockey game. So
feel free to head straight over to the WCBN Sports account and go ahead and listen to that basketball game.
Again, thank you so much for listening. This was WCBN Sports broadcast of the Michigan men's soccer team playing the UCLA Bruins. I was Evan Anderson.
This is Milo Meade. Until next time.
We always leave you with a good night and a go blue.